We are here at the third annual Silicon Valley Latino Leadership Summit at Stanford University. And we have with us here Jorge Titinger, CEO of Silicon Graphics, also known as SGI. Jorge, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, Alex.
You have a tremendous track record of success from, academically, professionally, and athletically. You played professional soccer here in the U.S. You played for the U.S. National Indoor Soccer Team, and now you just excelled in your professional field, and now becoming a CEO of Silicon Graphics. It's just a shame that we don't have this be like a 3-day event where people like yourselves could do a lot more sharing. And I know that you need to head out, but why is it, if you can maybe elaborate, why is it important for you and others like you that come out and share your stories?
Well, so first, thanks for the acknowledgement. I don't see myself as having achieved great success. I see myself as still in the journey to achieving what I would like to achieve. And I think at some point in everybody's life, you shift from focusing on me, to what can I give back? How can I contribute? How can I collaborate? And I've always considered myself incredibly lucky in the opportunities I've had. Clearly I've worked hard, so it's not all luck. But I've had great mentors, great opportunities, lots of luck. And to have an opportunity like this to share my experiences, to in some way be able to help people who may be at points in their life and their careers where some of my insights may help. I consider that not only something that I enjoy doing, but something that I need to do and should do. And I think that giving back is gives me a great pleasure to be able to do it, and I think it's an obligation of all of us who've been successful and have in some way, shape, or form gotten help from anybody else to make that part of how we give back.
Very good, very good. So you went to school here, you went to Stanford.
Yes.
And you actually also played soccer here. How does it feel to come back when you do come back?
It's great, and actually I come back a lot. I'm involved with the athletic department, especially the soccer team. I'm a big football fan, and I don't come back to this part of campus that much. I'm normally on the Galvez Street, where all the athletic stadiums and whatnot are. But I have Stanford has been an incredible part of my development and my history. I clearly have a very special place in my heart for Stanford and the legacy that it can be, and also what it does for this community, not only here in Northern California, but in the world. I think this is one of the premier universities in the world that contributes academically, research-wise, athletically, and forming people who are then future leaders in the world. And I'm proud of being an alum, and I love coming back. I'm lucky that I don't live far, so I can do it. But it's great. Like I said, I hadn't been in this part of campus in many years, and so
very good.
Well,
it's a big campus.
Memories. It's a huge campus. Yeah. It's always under construction. So, yeah.
So let's go back a little bit more into your history. If you can tell us a little bit about coming to the United States and leaving your homeland and how that was and where you come from.
So I was born and raised in Peru, and I went through school there, and actually before coming here I spent 2 years in Canada. I left Peru to go to an incredible school in Canada that is part of a movement called United World Colleges. And when I went, there were 3 schools like that in the world. Now I think there's 10 or 11. And it's a school that essentially does the equivalent of last year of high school and first year of college. We do the International Baccalaureate program in that school. And when I went there, the school in Canada was called Pearson College, and it's 200 students, 100 each year, and there were people from 75 countries that went to that school. So I was, they had one Peruvian go every year, and I finished in the 5th graduating class of that school. So I left Peru in '78, went to Vancouver Island to Pearson College. It was an incredible experience for me. Again, you can imagine 200 between 16 and 18-year-olds from all over the world sharing 2 years, where the point of the school was not only a very high academic achievement, but also peace and international understanding. So I had, to some extent, you could argue, some great preparation before coming to Stanford, both academically and also having been away from home for 2 years before coming here. So I went from Lima. It's, you know, the weather is very, very, very mild, to Canada, where I thought I was going to freeze, but I had an incredible 2 years, to California, where it was kind of the perfect blend of the two. And you know, the biggest challenge for me was getting adjusted from a school of 200 kids to, I think here there's probably, I don't know, 7,000 or 8,000 undergraduates and maybe 12,000 or maybe more graduates. So a fairly large student population. But it's such a fantastic place, not only the university, but the whole area. So it was actually easy. I can't say I didn't miss my family and my friends, of course I did, but I think I would have missed them a lot more had I been somewhere else. You know, this made it a little easier.
Very good. Last question that we have for you. You know, we talked a little bit about giving back and I guess sharing some of your story with our younger generations. What would be one of the key messages that you would have for maybe the younger yourself or somebody else that could use some words of wisdom from you?
That's a great question, because I mean, we sometimes get to talk and, you know, spend a lot of time talking, and then people can grasp. If there's pearls of wisdom, they can grab them. But to put it pretty succinctly, I think it's really important for people to understand, to try to be in the search of understanding what is it that they want, what is it they want to do, what is it that makes them passionate about something, and it can be whatever it is, and then pursuing that with full dedication. And I think that's probably one of the things that, you know, if you're doing something you really like, your chances of being successful go way up compared to you doing something that you do because you think you should do or somebody else thinks you should do. And I think if people are true to that calling, whatever it is, it's a gift. And I don't know who it was that said, I never worked a day in my life because I've done what I love my entire life. And when you can get to that feeling, I think people have a much better chance of being successful. And with that will come all the other rewards that people tend to aspire for. So, and I said it in the Q&A to the high school student who asked the question, he was asking, how should I decide what school I go to or not? And my response to him was, do something you really like. And then, have the courage, as we get older and learn and get more mature, what we may have liked in the past maybe is not the perfect thing, and then, it's okay to change. So, great.
Jorge, thank you very much for
Alex, great to see you again.
Actually,
thank you.
Same here. So thank you, and we'll be following up to maybe do a little bit more in-depth interview with you and get to know Jorge Titinger, the man, the soccer player, the business professional, and so forth. So thanks again for having us or joining us today.
Thanks a lot. Take care. Hi, my name is Jorge Titinger, and I'm a Silicon Valley Latino.